Hello, it's Adrienne, Capricorntigress of Astrology, A Look Inside, and I'm back. I'm back to do the readings for the other signs. I stopped on the sign of Capricorn. And these readings are going to be from the day that you hear them a month out. So I'm actually recording on December 17th at this moment. And I may go live to complete what I start right now. I'm not sure. I'm going to do at least an hour of readings, okay? Let's just put it that way. That's what we're doing. We're going to be starting with the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius. Let's see what we're going to tell the sign of Aquarius. I don't know why the music I chose is so expressive. I don't know if you can still hear it in the background. It's called Earth. It's called Earth. So that might have something to do with this reading for Aquarius, because I did feel like I needed to pull it out. That's all. Okay, so interesting what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's see what we're getting here. I like to have the cards pop out, you guys. I'm that kind of reader. Ooh, Aquarius. I can't believe they came out together like that. Okay. I'm picking up something for Aquarius. Oh my. Okay. Now, you know, as I'm doing it, I just realized that as the emphasis moves out of Sagittarius in the next few days and moves into Capricorn, well, Capricorn is Aquarius's 12th house. So the emphasis is going to be in the 12th house for the sign of Aquarius in about 4 days. Okay, and that's why I think the cards that I'm getting that are coming out are coming out. Now, I'm seeing a story, but I'm going to leave it right here, and we're going to talk about this. I'm going to change the music so that it's a little less nerve-wracking. I don't even want to start the reading for Aquarius with that okay? I put something soothing on, okay? Okay. So, Aquarius, let's talk about your cards and what I just got here. I pulled out 10 cards. I'm going to look at the bottom and see what's there, but we're going to decipher what this all means. I'm going to pull out a big old pink quartz and hold it. I got my amethyst with me too, and some jade and crystal quartz, surrounded by energy and some selenite to clear off any negative energies. The first card I got was the 5 of Cups. And, you know, I always say that first card, in my opinion, because I always read the Adrienne way. This is Capricorntigress. So a lot of this is intuitive, but let me tell you, your first card was the 5 of Cups, Aquarius. How not Aquarius is a 5 of Cups? Cups, emotions. Aquariuses are not usually in their emotions. They're usually thinkers. They're the swords. They're piercing thinkers. So to be in a 5 of Cups tells me that Aquariuses are not in a good place. This is not the best place for an Aquarius to be. They're not normally emotional by nature. I mean, not saying that they don't have emotions. What I'm saying is they don't get trapped in them like a 5 of Cups would. I hope that makes sense. And this is what it says about the 5 of Cups. Since it's the first card, I'm going to go ahead and give you a full description so you get a better vibe of what the 5 of Cups is. And it says, "My tender heart helps me navigate toward my bright future. It's grieving." That first word, Aquarius. Grieving. Disillusion. So disillusion, disappointment. So disillusionment, disappointment, grieving, betrayal, bitterness, wallowing, self-pity, and it can signify a broken heart. So someone's heart, Aquarius, I feel that their heart is tender. Their heart may have been broken. They feel like they're grieving, that they're in some form of self-pity, that they've been disillusioned or disappointed in some way. And the illusion is lifting, and you may suddenly find yourself in the middle of reality that is painfully disappointing, painfully so. If your dark night was a result of someone else's deception, you will need to find the seeds of forgiveness in order to avoid a calloused heart. A calloused heart. That's that bitterness they talked about. So release yourself from any guilt around the situation. When we realize that the future we were working toward is no longer an option, it's easy to focus on the loss and allow our energy to stagnate and spiral into self-pity. Don't allow your life force to drain away with the things you once loved. Allow your tender heart to navigate toward the curative magic of finding faith in your future. If you're having a hard time letting go, unhook your heart from the fragmented dreams and give yourself permission to envision a brighter future. Dismantle your grief, reclaim your happiness, and consciously step back onto a path filled with hope. So, in other words, no matter how badly you've been hurt or feel injured or whatever it is, it's best to let out this emotion, okay? Don't stuff it. You're an Aquarius. I know how you guys work. You will stuff that emotion and become the Mr. Spock, and that is not what to do, okay? Release these emotions. And right after it, crossing it, is a Queen of Cups. So it's not like you're going to get away from the emotion, okay? Let that out. I read there was a black comedian that used to come on years ago. What was his name? I don't know if it was Shucky Ducky or who it was, but he used to say you gotta let that ish out. You gotta let that ish out. He used to say you gotta blow it out like you were smoking weed, but you gotta let that ish out. I mean, you take it in, you gotta let it out. Don't hold on to those emotions. I don't see it in this reading, but the card that represents Aquarius is the Star. Let me look on the bottom of the deck just to be nosy. Okay, it's not there. And I just saw at the bottom of the deck why everything's happening. I'm going to tell you at the end. But the Star is indicative of pouring out the emotions so that you can rise again. So you can believe again. And that's pretty much what this Five of Cups is saying. You got to let it out. Let it out. The Queen of Cups, you could be dealing with a Cancer, a Pisces, a Scorpio. That could be what's causing all the emotion. I don't know. But you Aquarius, you've got to let it out. And right after that, the King of Pentacles. Is this about money? Is this about money, Aquarius? Is that why you're feeling so down in the dumps? Because something happened with the money. There's the King of Pentacles, and right after it's the Tower. And I just feel like some Aquariuses lost some money, or they feel like they didn't get money, or someone owes them money, or they've invested and it was a bad investment, or they had plans and the plans didn't come out. It has something to do with this King of Pentacles. That could be a Capricorn, it could be a Taurus or a Virgo, or it could just be about the money. And with the Tower, it's, you know, something that you were building on, a big tower, something like a castle in the sky, and it suddenly, you know, it got struck down. It fell apart. It wasn't as you envisioned it to be. And there's an 8 of Swords right after, which it tells me that, one, you feel like you're bound somehow, maybe to this broken dream that didn't get you money, or to something of that nature, to this tower, maybe the rebuilding of this dream. But there's something, I just feel like you're bound, you can't see, you don't know, but you're stuck, and you feel like you're trapped somehow, and it has something, I think, to do with this tower and this money. And you know, it's funny, right after the 8 of Swords is the 7 of Wands. That tells me, first of all, that it is about you getting into your center, like getting back to you, to who you were before this disappointment, to the way you thought and the way you believed before this disappointment, this dream that didn't come true, this thing that didn't work out. This, I mean, how you get back to ground zero, I don't know. It could be prayer. It could be meditation. You might listen to binaural beats. You might do EFT tapping. You might be into yoga. I mean, there's a lot of ways people can get back into their center, into their spirit, into their soul, into them that is them, that they're not being controlled by outside forces and other people's opinions and the failures and the disappointments of the world. Do whatever you have to do to get back to that place, because that's where it all begins to start to get better for you. But you got to take those blinders off, and you got to release yourself from the failure, because you got to rise again. You don't want to get stuck there, right? Don't get stuck there. Get back to your center. Get back to believing in yourself, to who you always have been. Aquarius, you know you're amazing. And let me tell you something. In the current position, such a great card. I love that this came out after the 7 of Wands. What a wonderful message. So after you get back to your center, after you get back to your point of gravity, like you feel like you're in the zone again, right? Once you feel like you're back in the zone, there is the Ace of Cups. And I love the Ace of Cups. Why? Because the Ace of Cups is ultimate creativity. And this creativity is going to lead to your ultimate success. It's success from being creative. It's success from doing something different, something out of the blue, something no one else has done. Being the creative genius that we all know Aquariuses were meant to be. So when you embrace that and you do that, something amazing, it can come of that. Because that's your current position. And look, there's a Knight of Cups after it. Maybe you're going to get an offer, maybe a new job. I don't know if that's what you've been waiting for, a new job, but I see where that could possibly be something that comes in, or even new love. Since we were dealing with the Queen of Cups, this could have something to do with that. I see the Knight of Cups there. There's an offer, and you're so happy about it. Here's the Page of Wands right after it. That is so much creativity. The fact that you got the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands, they both are signifying of creativity, of having like this amazing insight, this amazing creative burst of like genius, where you can just raise the level of fire and passion and drive because you are on this creative high. And look at this. It ends on the 6 of Swords. And I love that because you're an Aquarius. That is moving away. Literally, it's a picture of this child being pulled away on a boat. Being pulled away, like moving away mentally from all the failures and the disappointments and the disillusionments and the letdowns and the, people lying to you and all the things that make you feel like it broke your heart. You're moving away from that. And I love that. And let me tell you what I saw on the bottom of the deck. It was a 5 of Wands. And that tells me that there's anger, there's arguments, there's fighting. And that's really what I believe you've got to move away from. You've got to move away from the fighting. Oh yeah, see, after the fighting card, it's the Judgment. That tells me I can't even go any further because that's it. That's the Judgment. This is the end of it. So whatever it is, it's time to get to the bottom of it, get to the end of it, put an end of it all, and move away from it. It's time to move toward a better creative and peaceful energy that I think you're meant to move toward in the first place. So that would be wonderful for you. And I do hope that happens. And the only thing that really bothers me, you got 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I do see that. And then as far as the face cards, I mean, there's a lot of individuals I think that could be involved in this. We had a Page of Wands, we had a Knight of Cups, we've got a King of Pentacles, that's money, or a Capricorn, or a Virgo, or a Taurus. But you had the Queen of Cups, and that's a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio, but that's emotion. And I think it's emotion over money. Maybe an offer that you're expecting. And I think if you are creative, it could be some kind of offer that you were expecting or hoping to get over some creative endeavor. But I do love that you had the Ace of Wands in this reading, because that is about the creative, just the power of the creativity, bringing you in exactly what you want. The only thing that bothers me is the 2 cards that bother me the most. One, that on the bottom of the deck, even after you move away from this, it's the idea that there's arguing and fighting and jealousy with the 5 of Wands. Like, that's what you're moving away from, because there's so much of it occurring. And if there's fighting, even if it's like in a work environment, get out of there. Okay, Aquarius? Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to deal with that kind of jealousy and backbiting and fighting and weirdness. No one needs that, because the only card, the only major arcana I've seen anywhere near this reading is the Tower. It's the only major arcana was the Tower. And the Tower, I mean, I'm going to read this Tower. Okay. I just, I'm in shock. One, that you only had that one major arcana of all of the major arcana to get. That only have that. It is shocking to me that it turned out this way. And I'm wondering what this is that you have built. Is it some creative endeavor that you've been working on, that you had high hopes for, and suddenly you realize it's all for naught, it's all falling apart, it's not what you expected to be, and now you gotta move away from what has fallen apart. You know, it says here, in the chaos, I move toward the brightest light. And that is so much like the Star card. Like I said, once you let out the emotions, in the Star card, they're hitching onto that star. Like they might have had to pour out all the emotions, but they never let go of that dream of that star. And the Tower, it says unexpected change, chaos, The rug pulled from beneath your feet, beliefs challenged, new awareness and perspectives. Destruction, being unsure of who you are. And it says, whoa, buckle up and expect the unexpected. Sometimes we resist change to the point that the universe shifts in a destructive and chaotic way that fundamentally changes how we see our reality. This is a strange beauty in this deconstruction, as all of the elements for a better life will be found amongst the rubble. Use this moment to rebuild something foundational, something extraordinary. Trust that you will be held by the universe and you'll become stronger and more resilient as a result. Tower moments are powerful, moving, shifting, expanding. The tower energy in your life marks a period when you get to reevaluate, redirect, reestablish, and realign. It's magic in the disguise of unpredictability. The brightest of the lights will pierce through the pandemonium of change that you are experiencing, and you will find your beautiful truth and blazing potential in the darkness of the tower. So this has been my reading for the sign of Aquarius. I might do an extended and put that up on Patreon regarding this tower, so we can find out more about the tower and what it represents for Aquarius in the last of December and most of early January. Okay, so let's find out what this is about. Okay, so I hope this resonated with some Aquariuses out there. If you haven't already done so, do like the video and share the video. Share it with your friends and stuff like that, especially if you're an Aquarius. And subscribe to the channel. Be sure to hit the bell if you're on YouTube when you see this, so that you know when I'm going live or when I'm posting new videos. And I invite you to go by astrologyaLookInside.com. And you can donate there. You can find out some of the latest ins and outs and gossip and things that are happening there. And stay connected. Okay, Aquarius? Stay connected. And anyone who's listening. Much love, much light, many blessings from Capricorntigress, Adrienne, of AstrologyALookInside.com.